Hello there, happy very nearly first day of autumn. The autumn equinox is technically tomorrow, but tomorrow is also a Monday, so we're just gonna pretend like today is the first day of autumn. And we're gonna do a little autumn cozy writing vlog. Because we all know I love a cozy autumn writing vlog. I love a cozy anything vlog, really. I've just noticed there's some berries right up there that look really pretty. Hello, if you're new here, my name is Marta. I am an aspiring author, currently working on my debut trilogy, and I have been working on the second book. I'm on the second draft of the second book, and I am currently very, very stuck with the second draft of the second book. I want to call it a writing slump, but honestly, I've been writing every day, so considering how little I was writing a year ago, this barely has the right to be called a writing slump, but relatively speaking to what I was doing like a month ago, it doesn't feel like writing has been going very well recently. And it's not necessarily that I'm lacking motivation with the draft or with the story. I think I'm generally just stuck on this one chapter, on this one scene. It's the infamous fight scene that I was talking about in my last vlog as well. And I think at this point I just need to get away from my desk. I have been staring at this for too long and just going back and forth a bit. I am trying to write a fight scene between some of my characters and some non-human creatures, and I've changed my mind on what those creatures look like a bunch of times. I've changed my mind on what the creatures' fighting style is a bunch of times, and I've changed my mind on what terrain they're fighting a bunch of times. And nothing's really sticking. It's just not. It's not going very well. So what I wanted to do today was just step away from my desk, come out into the forest, into the lake for a little bit, and I've got my notebook with me. I've got a notebook with me. We'll talk about that in a sec. But I want to do a bit of brainstorming on paper, and I want to do a bit of doodling on paper. See if I can. If I can't visualize it, I don't think I'm gonna be able to draw it, but maybe if I attempt to draw it, I'll be able to visualize it. That's the idea. Anyway, it's a wonderful sunny day. Everything's very green. I was hoping for some yellow at the very least. I've seen a couple of stray yellow leaves, but not very green at the minute. But that's alright, because we can come back in a couple of weeks and maybe see some autumn colors later on. Do I want to do some brainstorming here? There are some desks further up that way, but I did see quite a few people. Okay, I think I'm gonna try and see if I can find an empty bench or an empty table, and if I can't, we can just come back here, because there is a little path into this area, but it's very overgrown. It seems more of a maintenance path. I've never seen anyone in this nook before. It's a little secret spot that I found a little while ago, and it's honestly perfect for filming because there's no one else here and no one can see me. But anyway, I think we could do with heading somewhere a little bit more comfortable, and doing a little bit of sketching, a little bit of brainstorming, and we'll see what we can do.
Another rainy afternoon, I don't know what I'm to do. I just miss you more than anything. It's way too quiet in the house. I'm just wasted on the couch, 'cause I don't wanna feel anything. Wish you'd stayed here beside me. This isn't how it's supposed to be. Wish you'd stayed here right with me. I can't shake that feeling that we said goodbye too soon.
So, I'm gonna be a little bit quiet over here because it's a lot busier, but if you've been watching my channel for a little while, you might notice that this is not my usual notebook. Oh god, hello! Every damn time. I have a notebook, which is my main project side brainstorming notebook, and I could not find it. I spent probably half an hour running around the house this morning. I checked everywhere. I checked all places where I normally keep notebooks, even where it didn't make any sense for it to be. And I just could not find it. I am convinced that that notebook is not in my house. So my first thought was, okay, I might have taken it to Spain when I was there in August. I might have just left it there. I don't think I've seen it since. But for the life of me, I cannot remember actually taking it to Spain or using it in Spain. And I'm trying to think back to last time I used that notebook, and I think it was probably on the train. Which is worrying because I might have just left it on the train. So obviously, a little bit upset by this. It wasn't very full, which is good. It was a really nice notebook my dad gifted to me for a birthday a while back. So I'm a bit upset to have lost it. But at the same time, I was thinking through this, and like when I saw of just grabbing a new one, I got kind of excited about it. And I think I've been using that notebook wrong. You can't use a notebook wrong, but just not in the way that I had envisioned using it. I had these big ideas of just like having this be my like not a brainstorming notebook, but a visual brainstorming notebook. I do all of my story and plot and character brainstorming in Notion or in Word documents. So I wanted this notebook to be something that I used primarily for developing what the world looks like and draw in it a lot. And I don't think I was really using it like that. I became very perfectionist with that notebook. It was, as I said, a nice cover. I want to make notebooks pretty. So I was just putting way too much washi tape and way too much like effort into the titles. And then I didn't want to draw in it because I'm not that good at drawing, especially drawing without reference and trying to develop ideas for things. So I'm taking the fact that I lost this as a sign from the universe to just start again, start in a really cheap notebook. This is a 50p notebook from Tiger that I had lying around in a drawer unused. And we're just gonna go straight into the first page, no title, no washi tape, and just be as messy as I need to be. And just allow myself to really, really experiment. You're not gonna get to see it because I've already hate the first page. But I think I need to have a notebook that is dirty and that is private and that I can allow myself to make mistakes in. And maybe at some point I'll feel comfortable showing you those mistakes, but right now I know that if I tell myself that I'll show what I've been working on in here in the vlogs, I'll stop using it because I'll feel embarrassed by the quality of it, and I don't want to do that. So I will probably decorate the cover. You do get to see that because that will hopefully be quite pretty. But for now, I'm just doing a little bit of doodling in here. This literally looks like Stickman at the minute, but we're working on it, and I think I've kept some proportions down at the very least for what they're fighting. And now we're gonna start detailing it out a little bit. After severely struggling to get anything remotely decent looking designed for my book, I, on a whim, started taking this course called Creature Anatomy by Terrell Whitlash. It's a course that has been on my list for a little while now. Something that I'd really like to do when I eventually get this book published and this series published is having a little bit at the back of the book where I have like a creature list with illustrations and some details about the different monsters that my characters are fighting. And this course is basically exactly that. It teaches you how to design imaginary creatures and how to draw them, and so follows the anatomy of a bunch of different real-life animals, and shows you some of the basic principles to then learn to combine different anatomies and think about creating creatures that could exist, which is honestly exactly what I need right now. It's been a week since my last update and I'm still stuck on that fight scene. That fight scene has seen no progress since my last update. Fortunately, I have been working on the book. I decided to just, once I made the decision that I wanted to work on this course and I wanted to design some of these creatures properly and spend a decent amount of time learning how to do that before blindly diving into this fight scene that I have been having so many problems with, I decided I didn't want to drop the book for the amount of time it's gonna take me to take this class. It's supposed to be a 10-week class. I'm hoping I can do it in less, but knowing me, it will probably take me twice the time, realistically. So I've basically decided that I'm skipping that fight scene for now. I'm going to continue working through this class and moving on to the next chapter. And the idea is that I wanna finish Act 2 and then do another pass around the whole of Act 2 anyway before I go into Act 3. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that by the time I finish the next 7 or 8 chapters, I think, that I have left in the second act, and I do my next pass through and get back to this fight scene, that I will either have finished the course or be far enough into the course to feel comfortable tackling this again. That will not be happening for a bit of a while, but we will see how it goes. At the minute, I am still on lesson 1 of this course. I am still on the introductory chapters, but it's been really interesting so far. It feels very heavy on the biology side. There's been a lot of stuff about animal classification and like skeletons and the bits of the skeletons that are common across different creatures, which is really interesting. It is not something I expected to be doing in my adult life, seeing how biology was one of my least favorite subjects at school. Funnily enough, I do really like it now. I just didn't like it as a teenager. But yes, I'm hoping that even though this course is designed for artists and like concept artists working in film and animation and video games and stuff like that, I'm hoping it will help with writing as well. I mean, it should do, right? I'm doing the exact same thing as concept artists are. I'm just trying to describe the creature in words instead of brushstrokes. And ideally I want to be able to draw the creatures as well, so I can have it at the back of my book, but that's not the priority right now. The priority is to have a compelling creature design that I can use in a fight scene without sounding like I don't know what I'm doing. And of course, I'm also hoping that this is gonna help me with some of the other fight scenes that are happening later in the book, and some of the previous fight scenes with other creatures that I've already signed and already written fight scenes about. Somehow those didn't feel as difficult as this one. I don't know why I'm so stuck on this one when I've done so many other creatures and fight scenes before that felt fine. Maybe after I finish going through this course, I will notice that actually they are not fine and what the hell was I writing, but hopefully this will help me flesh them out as well. It's probably not a bad idea to start thinking about that visual aspect of what these creatures look like and actually trying to draw them if I want to include them at the back of the book while I'm writing instead of after the fact. It might make it a bit more consistent, I don't know. We will find out, I guess. As I said, I'm only on lesson 1, so we'll see how the rest of the course goes. I've already had a little sneak peek on the first lesson's homework, and it's like 12 drawings. That's definitely gonna take me more than a week per class, isn't it? It's fine, it's fine. Here we go again. I don't think filming here was a great idea.